This is a story of a 10-year training natural transformation of a young man who wanted to be a few pounds heavier and grow his shoulders a few inches wider. But the good thing is, he still is natural. Let's go to the beginning. I'm Zico. Well, this is 15-year-old Zico. I never really had any interest of weightlifting, but I was quite active when I was a kid. So I did track and field, where I was a long distance runner, and sprint as well. I don't really not sure how that worked out. And I also did martial arts for 7 years as well. Then I would have suffered a groin injury, so I wasn't able to run anymore as fast as I like to. Not saying I was really fast. I continued with the martial arts, but my running career, it just ended right there. And then my mother one day was like, you should go in the gym, try to strengthen your groin. And I was like, nah, that's not my type of thing. I'd rather just stay home, play some games, just, do other stuff. But then I would have told my friends about it. And they was like, yeah, we all should go to the gym. And every week I would put it off. Those guys were going. And then one day I decided to just take a visit. So it was in this old backyard gym. And I was like, things look pretty, looks pretty all right. But then I still never went. I just really had no interest in weightlifting or bodybuilding whatsoever, but in other things. And then one day I actually decided to head in. I do a little few exercises here and there. I did a couple of push-ups, bench press, lat pull downs. Well, I didn't really know the terms or the names of the exercises. I just did what I saw other guys doing. If you curl this way, curl that way. If they pull this way, pull this way. Not as really correct way to do things, but when you're at that age, what can you do? And then after a while, I actually started to fall in love with it a bit. And then I remember one day I think I was at the video game shop, and this guy, he came in and he was like, into gym and stuff. I said, yeah. So he was like, follow these specific workouts, literally 3. He was like, no more, no less. So I followed that for 3 to 4 months, and I was like, this progress looks pretty cool. And at that time, I was in secondary school. Well, that's what we call it here in the Caribbean, and for those overseas, high school. And everyone started to realize that, I was getting a little bigger, looking more muscular, looking more handsome and everything. And, I felt a bit empowered. To me, I'm not ready to show off type. I wasn't building muscle for the girls or anything. For me, it started off with me trying to help an injury, but then it grew into something spectacular. After a year of training, I decided to get into bodybuilding. At that time, I was probably about 15, 16. Yeah, because I'm 26 years old now. There was this judge in the gym, and he was like, yo, you got great legs, man. You should come and flex some muscle on stage. And I was like, not my kind of thing. I just continued doing my bench press, but he just kept annoying me all the time. And I was like, you know what? Probably I'll give it a try. And I was looking at papers, and I was like, I feel like I hold my own against these guys. I started to take the training a lot more serious. I started to actually follow my diet. Well, follow a diet, because I really don't know anything about dieting. And at that time, we didn't have a lot of social media information now that we see online. Back then, it was just like literally YouTube and Facebook, nothing else. I remember it was just following this diet off the internet just to help get in shape for the show. And I definitely did lose a lot of body fat, and I technically lost a lot of muscle as well. Not as what we're looking for, but these things happen. And it was my first show. It was a Mr. Schoolboy competition. And I think at the time I was representing the O-Level Institute. Yeah, and my first year I came second. This is pretty cool, Enemy dieting is really hard, especially for competition. Dieting is extremely difficult. Most people see us look this way on stage, but they don't understand what we really go through. It is very difficult, it's very tedious. You're sometimes low on energy. And for me, I've been tracking my calories and food for like over 10 years now, whether I'm cutting, whether I'm bulking, or even me gaining, and it is not easy. Throughout my career as a bodybuilder, I finally reached the prestigious achievement of being an IFBB Elite Pro bodybuilder, and I'm very grateful for that. I did have some hard times growing up into it, and the best thing about it is I'm still natural as well. You might not want to believe me, but I've never used any PEDs, steroids, SARMS, growth hormones. Not my type of thing, and I wouldn't recommend it as well. For me, it's about pushing my physique as far as possible naturally while taking care of my health as well. And that is one thing that people need to put first, is your health. Yes, you want to get big, yes, you want to get muscles, but you don't want to deteriorate your health throughout the process. As trust me, when you get a lot older, you're gonna actually encounter some problems. But let's not get too much into that. Being a natural athlete is quite difficult because you don't build muscle as fast. Things become a bit harder, and you have to be a bit more meticulous in terms of your training, your diet, tracking, and most of the time you feel small, like majority of the time, like literally you feel small. You know, compared to other guys who are on PEDs, they're a lot bigger, a lot stronger, but don't take that as a sign that, oh, you can't get this big or you can't have a great physique before taking steroids. And you don't have to literally eat chicken and broccoli and rice for every meal. There are many different ways of dieting. You want to make sure your dieting is flexible, eating various nutrients, various foods, you know, make sure you get your vitamins and minerals. You want to have a full array of foods that you can eat from, but being a natural bodybuilder, it is quite tough. Sometimes you might only gain like 5 pounds of muscle a year, like realistically. And you know, it's quite difficult. But the beauty of it is that you actually take your time to understand what training works for you, understand the method of doing different things. And I've had various coaches in the past as well too. Some, you know, kind of like knew what they were doing, some that actually got me on the right path. And then, you know, we go through basically a lot of things through trial and error as well, because no one knows everything. But if you don't know how to actually get yourself in shape or ready to start your fitness journey, I recommend that you hire a coach, a trainer, a nutritionist, somebody that can actually guide you along the right path. And remember, don't do steroids. Honestly, I like being a natural athlete. I know it's going to take a lot longer to see some gains, some progress, but I really enjoy it. I want to give hope to those out there, especially those young people, you know, who actually are now getting into the gym, maybe due to depression, maybe they're delinquent, you know, just want to keep yourself occupied, but it's something very good to get into. Like, you don't have to be a hardcore bodybuilder by like taking PEDs and stuff. You can be a natural athlete. You can still build muscle and you can turn it into something that's going to better your well-being. There were many times that I actually felt like giving up in terms of my fitness journey and bodybuilding as well, especially in my early years of competing. There were times that I really wasn't winning, I didn't really look as good, some was fat, it was like, you know, this dieting thing is too hard. And you know, when you're at that age at home, you just gotta eat what your parents cook for you. So like, the time I was getting ready for a show and like my dad, well, not really my dad, but you know, he cooked some rice and some chicken stew, and I was literally eating that every day. And to be eating that now on a diet, that's really not ideal to get in shape. And you know, especially you spend a lot of money getting ready for like these shows and getting yourself in shape, and it can be very time consuming as well. And it could also be a big financial deterrent. Like there are times I literally had like $0 in my bank account, and I have no shame in saying that, just from trying to compete at the age of 17, 18. It's quite difficult for people, so that's why we look to seek sponsorship. We try to help them, we try to support them, and especially in the school system as well. And it's not an easy sport, and there are times that I actually felt like, you know what, this isn't for me, this whole bodybuilding thing, and it's taking long to see progress. You know, you're not winning the shows and then you're getting back little in return. At the end of the day, I told myself, you know what, nothing good in life comes easy, and so you just have to push through the hard times, the obstacles, and just keep persevering. And at the end of the day, I did come up successful in terms of my career, and I'm happy that I stuck it right through. And for those who feel like giving up, I recommend you try to keep yourself around positive people, try to keep the negativity away, focus on you, and just keep pushing forward. If you have any difficulties in terms of knowing how to train, how to diet, you can always contact me, or you seek advice from a trainer, somebody that you have good belief and trust in that can help you get to the next level. My current physique goals are mainly to build overall size, especially my upper body. So I want to focus on getting my chest a lot wider, thicker, more denser, especially my back and shoulders as well, and my arms a lot fuller, as I'm currently still in my off season. But in terms of my physique, I really have to develop my upper body, get a lot thicker, bigger, larger. You know, you want to compete with these other guys, and you know, being a natural athlete is you're already at a disadvantage. So you really have to put in the work. You need to make sure that I get in my calories every day. I'm eating roughly about 3,200. Realistically, due to work and stuff, I mainly get in around 2,800, 29. But ideally, 3,200 every single day. And I do roughly about 3 to 4 days of cardio at 15, 20 minutes once I have time to do it. As I have a very busy and hectic work schedule, but I always try my best. And once you're a professional athlete, it's not going to come easy. At the end of the day, you always have to push through. And for me, you know, it's something that I really love and enjoy, and something that I'm going to probably do for the rest of my life as well. You know, you never know, I might take another avenue, who knows? But for me, it's just about keep on pushing and just keep moving forward. When I was a lot younger, I also suffered from body dysmorphia, as most guys who go in the gym, or most people in general, suffer from this. So as I was getting bigger, around, I guess 16, 17, you know, you start putting on a little muscle, but then you compare yourself to other people. Other guys, you tell yourself you're really not that big. So you always want to make sure you wear a shirt that's fitting you tight. You want to wear a vest that can show your muscles, but then it will play on you mentally. And then sometimes depression occurs and you got to try to shake yourself out of that. I don't suffer from it or anything. I've gone past that, but you always want to make sure that you're confident in yourself. You always want to keep on working. And the most important part, just focus on you. Yes, you might not have bigger arms than the other person, a bigger chest, bigger legs, but any day, you just got to keep on working. Be confident in yourself. And remember, when you look in the mirror, you're not going to see the progress as much as someone else. When they're outside the box, they're going to see all the hard work that you've done. And over the years, I've kept myself around positive people who would have supported me in terms of my fitness goals, my fitness journey, you know, staying natural and everything. But you just got to keep on pushing. You just got to keep on working. And when it comes to like your nutrition, you're going to be eating a lot of food, especially when you're trying to build some muscle. There were times I ate so much carbs that I got fat, like really, literally I had a stomach. Well, I told myself I got fat, like literally my face was all puffy. I was pushing a lot of weight. And then when I had that for my shows, I got super, super small and skinny. Just a little shriveled, you know, just say certain things. But it's really not the way to go. And remember, you don't have to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli every meal to build muscle, you know, or to diet properly. And you don't have to take a world of supplements. Yes, there's protein powder, creatine, glutamine, BCAAs, many different things I can call, and many different things that we take as well, which are legal. But most important part is you got to focus on your nutrition. And as I said, if you don't know, hire a coach, hire a nutritionist. But when it comes to really building muscle or getting in shape, nutrition is like literally the core of it, in my opinion. Well, both training and nutrition goes together, but you really want to focus on that. When you see people out there who have great physiques, trust me, they've put in a lot of work. So remember, you have your dues to pay. Rent is due, your time is due. With all that being said, as I plan to compete in 2024, I'm gonna do possibly about 2 pro shows in the IFBB Elite Pro. The category I do is classic physique, so I'm not too sure as yet. But currently right now, I'm still enjoying training. Early up in the year, I felt a bit burnt out. And, you know, the most important part is that you want to try your best to enjoy training. Try to switch up your routine. Try to see what works. Try to focus on certain movements, getting stronger. And you want to keep it fun as well. I've come to a point now where I actually enjoy training. Also dealing with my personal training clients, you know, working at the gym. And it's quite difficult to balance your social life as well. Spending time with your friends, your families, you know, doing things that you like, having fun. By the end of the day, being a bodybuilder or being an athlete doesn't mean that you have to be like a monk. You have to just like eat, sleep, and train all day. I mean, yes, if you're like hell bent on like achieving success, technically you have to be, but you don't have to be 24/7 or all 365 days of the year. Remember, you still want to have fun, spend time with your friends, because you never know when it's your last day. Spend time with your family, you know, try to enjoy your work, and most of all, just do your best. I'm going to continue being a natural athlete, working hard as usual in the gym, you know, pushing myself, just trying to improve. But the most important part is that I really enjoy this. I plan to stay natural, and for those who need a coach, for those who want to actually build muscle and focus on their nutrition, I recommend you go to my website. As you can see it here, it's thebestfitness.com. You can always DM me, message me, and I can help you get started on your fitness journey. Most of all, stay natural, keep on grinding, and I'm going to see you next time.